Welcome to Sean Can't Cook, but John can. Sean and I have been actors for many years, but I assure you, this is no act. He really can't cook. I'm going to teach Sean, and you at home, how to feel more comfortable in the kitchen, preparing tasty recipes that even the most novice of cooks can create. I will show you step by step how to construct each dish, so that when your friends come over, they'll ask, "How'd you learn how to make that?" If you already know how to cook, I hope you'll find a few recipes to add to your repertoire. Let's see what's on today's menu. Hello and welcome to Season 11, Episode 1 of Sean Can't Cook, but John can.
I'm trying.
You are. You're succeeding. You're learning things, right?
I am.
Today, actually this whole season, we're going to this thing. We mentioned this a couple weeks ago, if you remember. I had dropped it on the refrigerator. I've had this thing for decades. The lid fell off. It used to hinge up.
I thought we were having an earthquake, but apparently
it was a John quake.
A John quake?
We had a John quake. This is like decades. Notes and recipes from family and friends and things I found, and some of them I've never made. This particular card that we're going to use for the last episode of this season is so yellowed.
Wow.
It's handwriting I don't even recognize, sort of. I guess it's mine, but it is mine, but it's from like 30 years ago or something. So, but that's not for this episode, so let's get this aside. Today, we are making nut butters. You're going to make almond butter.
Okay.
I'm going to make peanut butter. We've got dueling food processors. I gave you the newer, thank you for this. He bought this for me for a birthday present. The bigger, newer one, you're going to make almond butter.
Okay.
I'm going to make peanut butter. These are a pound of each. Now, let's talk about these. I usually buy them raw, the almonds. Peanuts I don't. These are dry roasted, lightly salted. You can use unsalted. I would only use one of those two. I read the ingredients on regular dry roasted peanuts, and they have garlic powder and onion powder and cayenne pepper. They're taste-wise, they're great, but in a peanut butter, I thought they might be a little odd. This is just peanuts and a little bit of sea salt, dry roasted. These are almonds that are lightly salted also. They're roasted in oil. I usually buy raw ones and roast them in the oven myself, but I cheated this time and bought lightly salted. You can use unsalted. And add a little salt if you want, or if you're salt-restricted diet or don't want the salt, you can leave it out. I don't put sugar in either one of these. You can if you want. The reason I'm doing this is because when you buy them, you get ingredients that you might not want. You get to choose your oils that you want to put in.
You get to choose the nuts.
You can choose the nuts. Oh yes, that's very good. See, you're trying and you're doing. Cashews, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, any kind of nut. You can mix them. In fact, the last time I made almond butter. I didn't have a whole lot of almonds on hand, but I had some pecans I wanted to use. So I'm like, let's throw them in. Actually, that was really good, a little pecan. We're going to do adaptable cooking on the fly. You are.
Oh, yay.
Aha, you're on the spot. We're going to add maybe a tablespoon of maple syrup to yours. We're going to have a maple almond. This is 100% pure maple syrup, not the stuff that you get that has like 2% maple syrup in it. I don't use it. It's also a lot of sugar. This is just pure maple syrup. So we're going to add a tablespoon to yours. Have a little maple almond. We're using canola oil and olive oil today. Olive oil solidifies in the refrigerator. Canola oil doesn't. So I'm using a little bit of both. If you use all olive oil, it's going to get probably too firm. All canola oil, I can't talk today. And it might be a little too soupy. I store it in the refrigerator because nuts have a lot of oils that can go bad. Right. So I mix it up. If you don't want to use olive oil, because olive oil will add a little bit of interesting flavor. Canola oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil are all bland, no flavor. Olive oil adds a little flavor, so keep that in mind.
I like olive oil in my
I know, you
butter.
Bought some with that.
I did.
And so I said, well, let me try a little olive oil.
Delicious.
So I stole from someone.
So. I ate the entire... The olive oil is addictive. It's
yeah, that was good stuff.
Good.
So we're going to try a little maple today. So this is a little baby one that I have. So this pound really starts coming up the side.
And what are these?
What?
They're food processors.
Just people.
Oh,
yeah. So you need a food processor.
Yep.
I don't think this would work in a blender because they all sort of funnels to the bottom. This is a little flatter, so I don't think that would work. So I think you could put all the almonds in there because in that beast, I'm going to only put half of these in. It's going to get noisy in here.
So put them all in?
Yep.
Put them all in?
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh, jeez.
Mine going everywhere.
Okay. You know
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just having the same problem.
Okay. Well, we're both having problems today. So
this is the hardest thing the whole day.
I know.
These in
I know. So see, that thing.
We'll have to get these so the dog doesn't get them.
No, I did. I got him.
You got mine too? All right.
Our dog hides when we film. He doesn't like when we film.
Okay, so put this back on?
Yeah.
All right.
I know you haven't used a food processor too much. We had battling food processors for our hummus recipes.
So I have all of mine in, and no oils and no maple. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. We're just going to crush these. Just so you know, another disclosure, this is not commercial grinders. So the butters are going to be a little bit grittier. Not quite like the chunky. You know, you can buy chunky peanut butter and smooth peanut butter. What did you like as a child? Did you have a preference?
Chunky.
Oh.
Although my mother always bought smooth.
I always liked the chunky as a kid, but as I got older, I like the smooth better. But these are a little bit gritty. I mean, it's very fine. It's not like the big chunks of nuts. So, full disclosure, it won't be quite as smooth as what you buy in the store. So
gritty today.
Gritty today.
Gritty. All right.
So
what are we doing?
We're going to process these until they are done. So
okay.
We're going to not speak while this is going on because these are going to get loud.
Okay. Well, I'll refer to you.
Yeah. Okay.
So high or low? High or low? Start low.
You
go
choose.
high.
You choose. You can pulse also, a little often. So I'm going to add mine, and this looks crazy, like, oh my gosh, it's going to go everywhere, and it kind of does in this little thing.
Should I just hold?
Yeah, until I get this ready to go. So, makes a little bit of a mess. So yeah, go ahead. Yours looking pretty good. But as this goes, you're going to see it's going to start forming, like coming all together.
So should I keep going?
Yeah, just keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
I just scrape down a little bit at the bottom a little bit if you can.
Okay.
So I have to be very careful with mine, as you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of... This can just handle a pound. If you have an even smaller one, you can just do this half at a time. Make a smaller batch, like 8 ounces of nuts.
Okay.
So we're just going to process this a little bit more.
Okay.
As you can see, the bigger food processor works much better. But I wanted to show this because everybody has different size food processors.
Oh, it's starting to burn.
Right, so they're starting to blend together.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
You're not making a mess. Why are you making a little mess? I'm making more of a mess.
So keep going, or?
I have food processor envy. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
I do.
What do I do?
Put it back on.
Okay.
We'll just do this a little bit longer, and then we're going to start putting the oils in.
Okay.
Okay, so when I've made these, nuts have different amounts of fats and such. So I found when I made the peanut butter, I only needed a tablespoon of each canola and olive oil. I found that needed 3 tablespoons. So I used 2 canola, 1 olive. But we're putting this in today. So this is truly, we've never done this. So I've never made this. So we're just going to put a tablespoon of that in.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a tablespoon of each of these oils.
And by that he means maple syrup.
Oh, sorry, yes.
So you introduced it before, but
yes, maple syrup.
Things should be that.
That's right. This is... See, I'm learning too. That was the olive oil. This is a tablespoon of canola oil. And again, if you want to put a little sugar in, like Pittsburgh Ease just came out, you want to put a little sugar in, go right ahead. I prefer not to. I'm just trying to cut down on my sugar and salt.
So it's all sticky.
I think that's all we're going to need.
Okay.
So,
we're good?
Yeah. We'll just put
okay. So, should I put 2 of
one of each.
Oh, we'll start with 1.
Yeah, we're going to start with 1 of each. You might not need 3. I found the first time I made it, I did. But, again, and try to spread it around a little bit just to get it around. That's okay. It's It's fine. You're
Try to
learning.
do it better next
You're
time.
Didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, but it was in your voice.
It's filmed.
I heard,
Say it.
I heard it.
The food processor is going to mix this all together, so it's not a big deal. We're using a machine this time. What did we do last time?
I don't know. I'm sure it's
And you said, oh, you could use a machine.
Yeah, that's usually my answer to everything.
Oh, when you're blending sugar and butter together. Like I said, well, you could use a machine.
Oh, God. Okay, now what?
Process.
All right.
Takes a while, but it gets in there. You might just scrape it down a little bit once in a while. So you notice mine was struggling at first to get started.
Mine's as hard as a rock.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, mine is not.
Do I need more liquid?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's put the olive oil over here. I would put in.
So we're done with that one.
Yeah. Again, the olive oil, a little bit is good, but too much might be a little strong.
Yeah, this is really dry.
Okay, yeah.
So 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. And try to spread it around. Lord. I feel like it's going to be more than that. But
Okay, well, it's better to...
I know, to add as you go.
Oh, and by the way, if you put 2 in and you're like, oh my gosh, it's too runny right now, what you could do is take it out and just grind up some almonds by themselves and put that in. So everything's fixable. Peanut butter, almond butter. We're going to scoop them out and show you what they look like and have a little taste because it's lunchtime. This only took, as the time before, a tablespoon of each oil and it was done. It's perfectly, we can show them.
Yeah.
It's a little bit soft, but because I put it in the refrigerator, it's going to firm up once it does that.
That's really good.
So, yours took a lot more oil than I've ever used. It took 7 tablespoons of oil for that, which was a lot. The last time I made it, it took 3. Nuts are different. And put 3 tablespoons of this in to give it a little more flavor. I tried with 1 and it didn't taste like a lot. Again, this was our adaptable cooking on the fly.
Yep.
So we're going to scoop these out, have a little taste, and show you what they look like. We have nut butters. We've got almond butter with maple, and we've got peanut butter. So let's have a taste.
Absolutely.
Shall we? So again, these are a little softer than they will be in the refrigerator. I store mine in the refrigerator. You can use a little less oil if you want them to be a little bit firmer. Why am I talking?
I don't know. Oh my gosh. This maple really comes through.
Can you taste it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good.
It's so good. Like, this is like store quality.
Good. Thank you.
Seriously. And look how much it makes. A pound each. It's amazing.
This is going to be way cheaper than when you buy, especially almond butter or cashew butter. They're so expensive in the stores.
Yeah, you just keep talking. I'm going to...
Come back. I want to taste it. I haven't had it yet.
Oh my gosh.
You have to try the peanut
So
butter.
good.
Other spoon.
Okay, you go.
No double dipping here. Oh, wow. You really can taste the maple. It's subtle. It's almond butter with a little bit of maple. You can, again, adaptable cooking, more or less or none, whichever you want.
The peanut butter is good. I don't eat peanut butter as much anymore.
Yeah, you switched to full-time almond butter.
Yeah. But it's really, you know, when you talked about that grit earlier in the episode, it's there, but it's got a nice rustic feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it's like gritty
smooth.
like you're like choking on it.
I remember we used to get some natural food store when I was a kid.
It's really
You
good.
put a little tub under and would just grind it in, you know, for yourself. But now you can do it yourself at home. So please do. Now you see how easy it is, right?
It's so easy.
Easy peasy. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to us down below. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels. We're out there. So thank you again for watching and happy cooking.